Okay. So today what our agenda is, we will try to build a chatbot. Okay, and we will try to build a chatbot, and we'll try to integrate that chatbot on Instagram, on Telegram. Okay. Okay. So let me give you the brief of which chatbot we are trying to build. So basically, we are building a AI chatbot. Okay, not so there's a difference between an AI chatbot and a rule-based chatbot. So rule-based chatbot is that everything is defined. So it just tries to find out that word, and it tries to define that, okay, this is a particular this response I will give when this word is found. Okay, where AI chatbot is a model is trained and a model is saved, and based on that model a particular, so basically a concept of deep learning, that's it, where you train a model is saved, and using that model you do the inference, that's it. Okay, so the library or the framework that we'll be using is called as Rasa. So Rasa, a open source conversational AI. Okay, so when you click on this Rasa, this is what we will use. This is the framework that we will use, and we will try to integrate the same framework on your Telegram. Okay, so this is a framework or a AI framework, or Rasa is a AI framework which help us to build a chatbot. So we'll be using this particular chatbot to work with. Okay. So first what we'll do is we'll try to install everything. Okay. We'll try to install everything, and to install everything, what you have to do is in the terminal, in the VS Code terminal, or if the VS Code terminal is not working, or in the command prompt, everyone just type pip install Rasa. So I will also do the same. So in my this pip3 install Rasa. For me, my system configuration is different. So for me, it will pip3. But for you, everyone is working on Conda environment, right? So for you, it will be pip. So everyone just do pip install Rasa, and something should get installed in that. Once you have done this, after pip install Rasa, the next step what you have to do is you have to do pip install Spacey, because Rasa behind the scene works on a library called as Spacey. So Spacey is required. So pip3 Spacey, and run that. It will get downloaded. So once you have done this, the next step what you have to do is you have to do Python -m Spacey, download the model. Okay, download the model. So you know Spacey, we have a different model. So what we'll do is we'll download a model called as en core web md. Okay, we are downloading English model, and that is a medium. The size of that model is medium. Okay, so okay, Python 3. So this is a command you have to follow. So the pip install Rasa is one of the command. Pip install Spacey is one of the command, and this is the third command that you have to follow one by one. Okay. So once this is done, so next step what you have to do is you have to type a command called as Rasa init. Okay, this means that you are initializing the Rasa. Okay, so Rasa, what it will do, it will try to create a folder structure in your directory called as in. So it will create a folder structure in the directory where you're inside. Okay, so for example, I'm inside chatbot. So inside this new folder, a new directory will be created by Rasa framework automatically. Okay, so if I do Rasa init, so everyone just do Rasa init and press enter. Make sure you are in the correct library. Okay, so yes, please enter the okay, so just press enter. So when for the first time when it asks that please enter a path where the project will be created, just press enter. And the next thing it will ask is, do you want to train an initial model? So type yes, and let the model train. Okay, for the first time. So you will see that in a chatbot folder, a folder structure is getting created automatically. This folder structure is done by Rasa. And you can see in the terminal, my initial model is getting trained. Okay, so those who have done my deep learning classes will understand this that a model is getting trained here. So number of epochs is running, and this is what is happening. So initial model is getting trained. So everyone just do Rasa in it and press enter, enter. Keep on pressing enter, enter. Whatever prompt you are getting, press enter, enter, and you will get something like this. What you can see on my screen. So it will ask one more option that do you want to speak to a trained assistant on the command line? Just press enter. So at the end, you will see something called as your input. This means that your initial chatbot has been created and activated. So everyone should see your input at the last, where chatbot is telling to put some input there. Okay, so when this is done, this is the initial chatbot that is already created. So just type hi and it will give you a response. See. So if I type hey, my chatbot will give me a response that hey, how are you? Just try this and try to say something. Okay, so I am sad. Okay, so when you do I am sad, my chatbot is telling that okay, here is something to cheer you up. And when I open this link, so it's given me the link basically. When I open that particular link, okay, so it is a cute picture of a Python cup to just make you more happy. That's it. Okay, so this is what a chatbot is. So when you open the link, this is the picture that you're getting. And the next what is asking is, did that help you? So just type yes. And when you type yes, great, carry on. Okay, so if you type no, it will tell bye. So this is a basic chatbot that is created by Rasa NLU by default. Okay, so we will train this chatbot based on our use case, but this is a basic what you get. So everyone just try to write something and the chatbot should respond. Just check whether it's responding or not. Okay, now let's try to understand the architecture of Rasa framework. That how bot is giving me this reply. When I typing hey, how my bot is able to understand that the next that he has to respond with hey, how are you? If I type your input as I am sad, how my bot is replying with hey, something to cheer you up, or how the conversation is happening behind the scenes. Okay, so this is what happens. Okay, so when you on the left hand side, when you see the folder structure and click on the data folder, you will see something called as nlu.yml. Okay, so basically what happens is, so whenever you say something, you have an intent or indentation, right? So whenever you have said something like hey, so you have some indentation behind that or intention behind that, right? So that all intention is stored in nlu.yml. Okay, so hey, hello, hi, hello there, good morning, good evening, morning, hey there, and everything has attention, has had some intent, okay, or had some intention to do this, and the intention is greet. Okay, so we are greeting basically. Okay, so this is what happens. So basically, what you are typing has some intention behind that, so you have to give the intent name, and that intent name is greet here. So in nlu.yml that we have, you define different intentions. Okay, for example, good afternoon, see you, goodbye, see you later, good night, bye, goodbye, and stuff like this. This has the intent of goodbye. Intent of goodbye. And yes, indeed, of course, that sounds good, correct. This is the intent of affirm. So everything what you do is linked with some of the intent. Okay, so suppose anything you say, some intent is given there. So deny, if you say no, never, I don't think so, and stuff like this, that the intent is deny. Okay, this you have to write manually. Okay, this is not that it is taken automatically. This you have to type manually. So when we will see our own data, then we will understand much better that they have done this on their own. Okay, so this deny can be anything of your choice, but it should make some sense. For example, no, never, I don't think so is the intent of deny, right? Then more perfect, great, amazing, feeling like a king, wonderful, I'm feeling very good, stuff like this is nothing but a mood grade. So this is the intent of mood grade, and so on. Okay, so we have the intent that is given to us. So whenever you type something like hey, so what Rasa will do is it will try to go to nlu.yml and it will try to find out the intent. So can anyone tell me for hey what is the intent that is figuring it out? Behind the scene Rasa is figuring it out.
Great.
Yes, great. So basically, so what is happening is when you say hi, so what Rasa does is it tries to go to the nlu.yml and it try to see that it try to see the intent. So the intent is of hi is what? Hey is what? Hey. So the intent is greet. Okay. Now as soon as my Rasa find out that the intent is greet, so the next step what it does is it tries to go to the stories.yml. So everyone just open a stories.yml and you will see at the story that what kind of story that we want to generate. Okay. So basically, greet, the intent is greet. So what is the action for that? Can anyone tell me? Suppose so it identifies that when you say hey, it identifies that the intention is greet. Yes. So it tries to find out that intention. So basically, when I go to stories YML, it is found out that for the intention greet, I have an action called as utter greet. Can you see that everyone in your VS Code? Yeah. So what happens is after so our Rasa tries to map the intent greet with the action now. So after mapping the intent, Rasa checks the storage dot yml file and tries to map the greet intent and check the response so that response is utter greet. So this is a response. Now when you got the action for that particular intent, so what my Rasa will do is it will try to go to domain.yml. So everyone open domain.yml. And once you open that domain.yml, can you see utter greet somewhere in the responses?
Yes.
So so this is utter greet, and what is the if utter? So what Rasa does is it try to find out utter greet. So once it is found the utter greet, it tries to find that it tries to see the text. Okay, text is hey, how are you? So this is what is responded by chatbot behind the scene. Hey, how are you? Okay, so this is how a follow up is done. Okay, so basically NLU the intent is matched. After getting the intent in stories.yml, what will be the response that is matched? And the response is it's mapped to the domain.yml and the response is given according to that. Okay. For example, the next thing what I have written is I am sad. Okay. The next thing what I have written I am sad. So what the first step will be?
Find the intent.
Yeah. So it will first try to find out that what is the intention or what is the intent. So it will go to nlu.yml. It will try to see okay very sad. So let's see very sad. Oh, okay, I am sad. See. Okay, I am sad. And what is the intent? Intent is mood unhappy. Then what is the next step?
Get the action.
Stories.
Yeah, so get the action. So basically get the corresponding action for mood unhappy. So the next step what you will do is you will go to stories.yml and for mood unhappy, what is the intent? So mood unhappy, the intent is what?
Utter greed.
Utter cheer up. Utter greed,
Sorry,
no?
sorry. Utter
Utter,
cheer
utter,
up. Yeah.
utter
Yeah.
cheer up. Okay. So once this is done, what is the next step? So I got the action that I have to just give the message utter cheer up. So where do we go?
Domain.
It will go to domain and then it will try to see utter cheer up. So utter cheer up is here. So as soon as my Rasa identifies that okay this is a message he has to give, so here is the something to cheer you up. So this is the message that you are getting. Here's something to cheer you up and the image the link you are getting. See HTTP and the image. So this is the image that you got. This YML extension you can say it's a file where is okay this is YML only. So basically YML is used in a Python project to define a config file. Okay, So what happens is, suppose you're writing a big code, and that big code has a lots of password and stuff like that. So we never, because that code is access to everyone, right? So we never do that. So what we do is we create a YML file, so that from the YML file we can pass the password to the particular Python file. So
Like
while
cryptography.
YML, sorry,
Like cryptography.
yeah, you can say that like cryptography. So basically, that's the purpose of YML file, so that we don't interrupt with the main Python file. And with the domain of YML, my Python file will take all the particular intents automatically. So this is the concept of YML file. So there are lots and lots of things that when you go to production you have to take care of. Okay, so everyone just type pip install Rasa X and tell me what is happening there. Pip install Rasa X and tell me what is happening. Is anything is getting installed there for you? So I've given one command in a chat box. Just copy that and paste in the environment and try to install this Rasa X. Okay, so basically Rasa X. So Rasa is the terminal line chatbot, and Rasa X is a GUI line chat box. Okay, so a proper GUI will be there, a proper chat will be there, and you have to type there, and it will give the response. So this is the difference between Rasa and Rasa X. So I generally use Rasa X most of the time because it's in a GUI format and it looks very beautiful. That's why I go with the Rasa X. So try to install with the thing what I have given to you. Just copy that whole command and paste in the chat box and paste in the terminal and press enter. So this is what happens. Okay, this is what happens. So when you do Rasa X, or GUI format will get open, and you can do all the so share your bot. Okay, so assistant, you have to write assistant details. So I'm just starting test. Description is generate a link. Okay, so okay, great. Then I will do click on talk to your bot. Just click on talk to your bot and type the same message here. Okay, so it will be in a proper GUI format. So you can integrate this in your website. So someone's asking me, right, that how to integrate this on a website. This is how you can integrate on the website.
Yes.
Okay, so hey, how are you? Then I am sad. The same thing is written in a form of a GUI. So I am sad. So the chatbot will show me the picture of the tiger cub, and here's some to cheer you up. And yes, did I help you? Just type yes or no. So I will type no. So that chatbot will say bye. That's it. Okay, so this is the difference between Rasa and Rasa X. To play with Rasa X, you have to install the library which I have given to you. So what we'll do is, now this is the use case that they have given for just to for a practice. Okay, so suppose if I want to build a new use case, and the use case that I will discuss is of COVID. So this is the problem statement. The problem statement is, so we have to build a chatbot which will answer the frequently asked question about the ongoing corona epidemic. Okay, so basically, so the many people has a doubt, right, that how corona spreads, or what are the symptoms of corona, or what is the spread source, does corona spread in the hot weather or not? All everything we'll try to build a chat for that, and our chatbot will answer for the other people. Okay, so the first thing what you have to do is you have to collect a data. So how to collect a data? So you have to type. So when you type FAQ COVID, when you type FAQ COVID, so you can take any of the data. So you can refer to any of the link which is here. You can just check WHO's link. You can check India government link. So basically, I have taken the data from CDC. Basically, you have to understand that what are the different questions people can ask. So this is what you have to do. Okay, so you have to do a lot of research. Okay, depending on what people can ask, how what language they can use, and stuff like that. Okay, so It's totally up to you. So what we'll do is we'll try to define the intent for everything. Okay, now. So the first thing what you have to do is you have to write an intent. So let me open this. Let me open the. Okay, so the first thing what you have to do is you have to write the intent. Okay, so basically you have to do a lot of research on this. So I'm just creating a basic model because we don't have a GPU to create a very computive extensive model. So I will just create a basic model. Okay. So the first thing is intent. I will create my own intent. So I will write this as Corona intro. Okay, and so I will just copy this the same thing, the same format we have to use. So if I run this example, so we have to type where what users can ask. What are the different things what user can ask? So uh, what is coronavirus? This is the question that people can ask. Or in the some other way also they can ask. So what is COVID? They can ask. What is COVID-19? They can ask. Or tell me about corona. Can you tell me about corona? So these are different things that people can ask, right? So what is a novel coronavirus? So these are the different people. If someone is asking this particular question, so the intent will be corona intro. We have to map this everything into stories and domain.yml. So we'll do this one by one. So first, let's try to give all the intent. So we have corona, then we will see corona spread. So there's an intent called as corona spread. So if anyone is asking about how corona spreads or stuff like that, so we can give this particular thing. So how does coronavirus spread? So we can some people can ask this, right? So how does coronavirus spread? Or how does the virus spread? They can ask in a simple format also. How does the virus spread? So this is the second intent that we have created. Let's try to go to the next intent that we have. Then we will see that corona. So if someone can ask, right? Does virus spread from corona? Does corona spread from food, or how will corona spread from food? If someone is asking this, so it will pass to this intent. So food spread. So So here you have to think in the perspective of the user. Okay, so how so what different user will visit your website, what they will write a command, what command they will write. So you have to take care of everything. So what is corona? How does corona spread and stuff? So all the combination you have to think and you have to mention it here in the Rasa NLU. Okay. So this is what chatbot is behind the scene. So you have to think in the perspective of the user that what kind of data it will be that user will be giving to us. So does corona spread from food? And the next is uh, how will corona spread from food? Then one more thing that people can ask is whether the corona spreads from warm weather or not, right? So warm will warm weather stop the spread? So let's write this one command. And so this is a basic thing I'm giving because of we have a GPU constraint. Okay, if you have very high graphic GPU, you can put more and more stuff like this. So this is warm, right? So warm. Then one more thing is what we'll do high risk. And some user can ask me a question that who is at a higher risk of infection. So this is clear to everyone what I'm trying to do here. Yes or no, everyone? Basically, I'm just trying to give an intent. So if anyone is some user is typing something, so what intent it will follow that I'm just mentioning here. Okay. So once you have done this, then we have to go to the stories.ml and we have to create one story now. So what I will do is I will copy this. I will paste here and I will write here as Corona FAQ. So the intent I will write here is Corona intro. So I will copy from there. So Corona intro. Then the action is utter Corona intro. Okay. So basically this is the iteration that we will try to build in domain.yml. So if someone in some intent is getting as Corona intro, if the intent is identified as Corona intro, so the action will be utter Corona intro. So utter Corona intro. The next intent is Corona spread. So Corona spread and utter Corona spread. So this you have to take care of. Okay, this you can do a shortcut that you just give everything and everything will be trained on. This is what you have to do behind the scene. So for all the libraries, okay, for Google Dialogflow also, for Azure Luis also, everything you have to do these things. There is no shortcut for this. So I don't know Corona spread. That the Corona spread is done. Then action is okay. Then what we have warm weather. So I will just copy this. So these are the different actions and their corresponding. So these are the following intents and this corresponding action is here. Intent, action, and stuff like this. So this is clear. So the stories.yml file is clear to everyone that how to define your own action and intent. So this action can be anything of your particular. It can be of any name. Okay, this is not that you have to follow the same name. It can be of any name. So this is the second thing what you have to do. So the step 1 and 2 is clear to everyone. Okay, so the third step is the query that you are asking that how my bot will know that what utter I have to give and stuff like this. So for that, we have to work with domain.yml now. Okay, so let's go to domain.yml and okay, my domain.yml is open. So what you have to do is now you have to define all the intents there. So can you see an intent block? So basically we have greet, goodbye, affirm, deny, mood great, mood unhappy and stuff like this. So you have to add your own intent here now. So the different intents that you have. So what I will do is I will just copy paste everything so that everything is fast. So basically whatever intent you have given there in nlu.yml, the same intent you have to give here. See, Corona spread, Corona intro, Corona food spread, warm weather, high risk. The same thing you have to give here. Then what you have to do is you have to write the answer also, right? So if someone says that what is COVID-19, so it comes to this. Then you have to give the response also. What is COVID-19? So what you have to do is this is what you have to do. Okay, this is the data that I have taken from the net. So you can give any answer for that. Okay, it's up to you. So basically, what will happen? So this is utter corona spread, utter corona food spread, utter warm weather, utter high risk. Okay, so I will tell you what will happen. So for example, if someone asks me that what is coronavirus, so can anyone tell me what will be the intent for this?
Corona
Intro.
Corona
Corona,
intro.
Corona intro, right? So which file did we look for the next?
In the stories.
In the stories, right? So in the stories, if Corona intro is the intent, what is the action for that?
Utter Corona intro.
Uttered Corona intro. Now, which file will be looked for this? For
After this, a domain.
so it will go in domain. It will check. Okay, uttered Corona. What is the thing? Uttered Corona
Intro.
intro, right? So utter Corona intro. So where is this? So this utter Corona intro will be found here, and the text what will be shown by the chat box is this. Coronavirus are the group of related virus that can cause animal and stuff like this. So now you understood that how the mapping is done.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah. So this is how mapping is done. So once, so this you have to look a lot of website. Okay, you have to type, you have to look for WHO. You have to. So a lot of research is required to get the answer because you the your bot should be accurate and it should give all the information to you. So this requires a lot of research. Okay, domain expertise is required for this. That what people can ask and what you should give. Okay, if it's a medical thing, then what all medicine should I take or what precautions should I take? You can add that also. So it's up to you. It's totally which domain you're working on. So based on that, you have to do a lot of research. You have to just understand that what people can ask and all the possibilities you have to type in NLU.yml. That what is coronavirus, what is corona endemic, epidemic, or what is corona pandemic and stuff like this. Okay. So once you have done this, the next step what you have to do is you have to train the model. Okay, you have to train the model. And to train the model, you have to type Rasa train. So Rasa train and press enter. So once you do Rasa train, see the model is getting trained now. So everything is happening again. So I will expand this. This is a epoch. Those who know what is deep learning, they will understand what is, this epoch is doing behind the scene. And this is what is happening. So it will take a bit time because I am doing on a CPU. So and it's a quite heavy data to work on. So yes, it will take time. So see, once the training is done, it's giving the message that your Rasa model is being trained and saved at this location. So there's something called as models, and see all the models are getting saved there. Okay, so whichever model you want to use, you can use the model. So the latest model what is trained is 1115222. So this is the latest model. Okay, so let's see if this is working or not. So to see if the Rasa is working, so everyone just type Rasa shell and press enter. This is for command prompt. This is writing or testing your bot through command prompt. Rasa X is from a GUI. Okay, so for people Rasa X not working, just go with Rasa shell. Just have Rasa shell and just try to give that thing. So it will take time. So this is done. So let's try to give the what is coronavirus and let's see if it's giving the response or not. So what is coronavirus? And if I run this, see, my bot is giving me the response. Coronavirus are the group of related virus that cause disease in mammals and birds and stuff like this. Okay. So if I go with warm weather, let's see if I'm getting any response for this. Okay. So basically, corona, and then if I go to corona spread, this is what message you're getting. The virus was first detected in Wuhan city and stuff like this. And then does the corona spread from food? Let's see. I'm getting the response for this. So I'm getting all the responses. Okay, so this is now my model is trained and this is what you are getting. Okay, so I will just stop this and I will show you this with the help of Rasa X. Okay, so for example, in future if Rasa X starts working, so you can go with Rasa X. So Rasa X will get opened at the end. Okay.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
what is talk to your bot? What is coronavirus? And if I type this, this is the answer you're getting. Coronavirus are the group of relative virus that cause disease in mammal and stuff like this. Then if I type, how does it spread? And this is the answer that you will get. Okay, so this is the virus was first detected and it will give the probability accuracy. Correct. So utter corona spread is 0.888. So this is the accuracy you're getting and everything you can see from it. Okay, so try to create your own model with this. So this is a very small model that I'm trying to create because of the GPU CPU constraint. So if you go to the GPU, then that model you can build a very high models there. Okay, very high accuracy and a very high extensive models there. So this is a small model that I have drawn it, made here. And this is a model that is getting saved. Now you can use this model to do any kind of stuff. Okay, you can take this, you can load this, and you can do any kind of prediction from this model.
Afsan, just out of curiosity, if you type in how does flu virus spread, does it give the same response?
How does the flu virus spread? No, it will not give the because the flu virus is not learned by that bot, right? So if you want to see the demonstration, how does flu?
Flu virus spread.
Okay, so
FLU.
FLU virus spread. So basically, it is giving the answer. So see,
Yeah.
this is the difference between a chatbot and a rule-based chatbot. Now I hope your point is clear. Yes.
I mean, ideally, it shouldn't have given it, right?
Why?
It is giving for same COVID virus only, the same
Yeah,
description
because
as
we
COVID
trained
virus.
it for coronavirus.
Yes. So
That's a different response.
yes, I got it. So basically, what happens in machine learning when you try to give something with a probability, right? So
Because
probability of
probability is also high, it's 0.89.
yes, the probability of corona spread is was high. See here, 0.99. So it is giving that
Okay.
particular.
So,
Getting my point? So basically, this is a machine. This is what I'm saying that this is the advantage of machine learning model. That if you're typing something based on the probability, which is the highest probability, it will give that particular thing to you. See the probability of this. How does corona flu spread? The corona spread was having the higher probability, 0.9. So behind the scene, if you look, this corona spread is nothing but the target variable. What is happening behind the scene? If you try to carefully see this. So for this target variable, the accuracy was 0.99. So you're getting the output for that. So utter corona spread is the answer for that, right? And you're getting the particular answer. Now it's clear, Sanjay, what is happening behind the scene?
yeah.
So yes, this is what happening behind the scene. So yes, so this is a small chatbot. Okay, so you can build this chatbot on your own. The only thing you have to take care is the story part. Okay, the story part. If you're adding this story, then you have to follow this order only. Okay, this corona, then this, then this, then this. Okay, so you have to set the path also. Okay, you have to set the path of that everything. So you can see in the first, so if someone is greeting you, then the mood is unhappy. Then you set the cheer up message and it will deny or accept. This is the first path. This is the second part. This is the first path. Okay, so you have to define the path also to get a proper output. So everything you have to take care of. Okay, so AI model is not a human model, so you have to give everything behind the scene.
Hey, Afsan, you told something you can use this in Telegram or something like that in the beginning of the class.
Yes, I will add. I will just first. This is clear to everyone. What is happening? How to train a model and how to train your own model. This is clear to everyone.
Afsan, when we update this domain.yml, we update the responses. Do we have to again retrain the model?
Yes, any single change you are making, you have to retain the model. Okay, so whether it's nlu.yml, whether it's config.yml, whether it's domain.yml, anything you are changing, you have to change. You have to train the model again. Okay, it's clearly no.
Yeah.
So see, if you want to create your own smart chatbot, then what you have to do is see the Rasa, Google Dialogflow are for those persons who are not good in ML or data science. Okay, you guys, if you know NLP with the deep learning, then you can create your own chatbot. Okay, believe me that creating a chatbot is very easy. Like this, what you have done behind the scenes is a very simple hardcore step. What you do, if you want to build a very smart chatbot, what you can do is you can build on your own. But for that, you should be good in data science, and that is you have to be good in deep learning part. Okay, I can take the deep learning step approach also, but the problem is that you have not learned that. That's why the only option I have is to give you this framework. Getting my point, everyone? I can build this scratch bot from very scratch. Okay, not using this Rasa ML, just building a model, giving the data and just prediction. I can do it from very scratch. But the problem is you don't know LSTM, you don't know the other steps. So I the only option that is left to me is to use some framework. Okay, so I have a constraint, that's why I'm moving to this. But if you are interested, my suggestion will be first try to understand. If you are interested in building a chatbot on your own without using any framework. So let me open this. So what you can do is I will just give you the path to follow. Okay, so there is something called as RNN. Just study this thoroughly if you are interested. Okay, so for this RNN, you should know the prerequisites are you should know NN and you should know CNN. If you are good in this, that's only then you can go to RNN. In RNN, we have n number of things. We have LSTM, we have encoder and decoder, we have BERT, which Alexa or hello Google. So what is that? Android, Google, I forgot.
Google Assistant.
Google Assistant, exactly. Google Assistant. This you can build with this bot model. So you don't know this, so I know basically, but if you see the code, you will not understand any of these things. The constraint is clear to everyone, right? The constraint and the problem is clear to everyone. Why I'm taking this Rasa framework and why not the in-depth part? Okay, so we have trained the model. Our model is working fine. We have tested the model with Rasa X. Everything is working brilliant now. Now the only thing is how to put this model in a chatbot. How to put this chatbot in a Telegram, right? So what you have to do is the first thing what you have to do is you have to download ngrok. Okay, so let me open this. So I'm giving so all the steps will be maintained in documentation that I will give you. Okay, so don't worry about the steps or don't worry about how to follow. It's okay. I will just give everything in a proper way in a form of documentation. So don't worry about that. So I'm just preparing a Google Doc where everything will be step by step. So there will be no issue for the future classes for you guys. Future class in the sense after this class. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to download ngrok. Okay, ngrok. So this is for Linux. You can download for Windows also. Windows you have, Mac also you have. You can download for anything. You can download for any OS of your choice. And the particular steps are given here also. See what you have to do for if you are in a Linux. If you're on a Linux, just unzip that particular thing. There's a auth token. Okay, the auth token you will get when you do the sign up. So as soon as you do the sign up, so let me show you. So as soon as you do the sign up, you will get the auth token. See, you will get a proper this. So this is for the Windows. This is for Linux. Okay, this is for the Linux people. For Windows, you have to switch on Windows. So let me go to Windows. Okay, so basically I have to download, I have to unzip, and I have to do that particular stuff. So yes, the instruction will be clearly given to you that what you have to do to run the things. So first you have to do the unzip. So see, on Linux and Mac OS, you can unzip ngrok from a terminal with the following command. On Windows, just double click the zip file. That's it. Just double click the zip file to extract the file, sorry. Running the command will add token to ngrok.yml. This will grant you access. So basically you have to run this through the terminal. And then this is how you run the things. So till here is clear to everyone that what you have to do, you have to integrate your bot with Telegram, first you have to download ngrok. This ngrok is nothing but it will do a connection between a Telegram server and your local server. That's it. For that, we have something called as ngrok. The next step, what you have to do, the next step, what you have to do is, okay, so you have to go to Telegram. Will something look something like this? This is for Linux. It will look something like this. Telegram will look something like this. Okay, so what you have to do is in the search bar, you have to type bot father. So when I click on bot father, this is so the first thing when you start the bot father, it will give you the welcome message that start and it will give you the welcome message. The next thing what you have to do is suppose you want to create a new bot. So you have to type /new bot. And when you enter this, all right, a new bot, how are you going to call it? Please choose a name for your bot. So you have to choose a name for your bot now. Okay, so I will type COVID FAQ. I want to rename this chatbot as COVID FAQ. If I read, so the next thing what you have to do is you have to select a username for a chatbot. Okay, and this you have to follow. Okay, it must end with bot. Either it can be capital B or small b, but it should end with bot. Okay, so basically I have yesterday or not yesterday, last time I have tried COVID bot, the username was taken. COVID bot, the username was taken. Then luckily with Afsan Khan bot it worked. Okay, so you have to give some unique name which is not taken by someone else. So you have to work with this. Okay, so let me try to do now only. So if I do, suppose Runway bot will be not there, right? So let me take that Runway bot. And if I run this, okay, great. Runway bot is created now. Done. Congratulations on your new bot. You will find it at, so your Runway bot is being created now. So when you click on this, this will get open. Okay, this will get open. Then you can send this invite to any of your friend. Okay, so you can view the profile, you can add a group, you can do create a poll, anything you can do here. Now we have to connect our Rasa to Telegram now. Somehow we have to connect our Rasa to Telegram. So to do that, what we have to do is we have to open the ngrok again. So let me open. So open this, and in the credential.yml you have to type something. Okay, in the credentials.yml you have to type something. And the thing is that the portal what you're using is Telegram. So you have to type Telegram here. Then there will be something called access token. ACCESS token. And from where you will get the access token. So if you see carefully in this, so where is the chatbot? So bot father, and the access token is given as use this access token. So we'll just close this. Use access token to access the HTTP API. So as I told you, everything is a job of API now. If you are good in API, we understand each and every step. If you're not good in API, then there will be a problem. So copy selected text and just open this and paste your token here inside a string. Okay, so paste your token here. Once you have done this, then you have to type verify. So basically in this, you have to give your chatbot username. Chatbot username was Runway bot. Then we have something called as webhook URL. Webhook _URL. Now from where we get this webhook URL? From the ngrok. Okay, so basically let me show you how to do that. So backup GitHub. So basically I have here ngrok and open terminal, and what you have to do is you have to run this ngrok. Now how to run this? The only step what you have to do is you have to do ngrok http 5005. So this is what you get. Okay, and this is what you can see is a webhook. This is what is a webhook is. So we'll go with this. Copy. So let me open my, so I will just do the separation of this and this so that it will be clear. So webhook will be something like this, and you have to pass the ngrok URL. And what is ngrok URL? This is the ngrok URL. So this is HTTPS. Okay, so you have to take the forwarding of HTTPS. So just take this, copy, copy, and paste here. This is the only thing you have to do. That's it. Now the basic configuration is run. So what you have to do is you have to close this, do rasa run, press enter. So it will take time. So starting at, okay, so it's loading the model and everything. Okay, so it started. So next step, open one more terminal, and in this terminal type, so both the terminals should work. Okay, that's why I've told you that we can't use this in Jupyter Notebook. We have to use this in VS Code. So basically both the terminals should work parallelly. So in the new terminal, you have to type rasa run and actions. Just run this. So once, let's see, it's getting run, then just open this, just go to this runway bot, and let's see, we can do something. Hey, how are you? Okay, so my model is running now. So just copy this. Let me copy some of the sentence there. What is coronavirus? Copy and just paste here. And let's see if we're getting the answer. So yes, I'm getting the answer. See, coronavirus are the group of related virus that can cause disease in mammals, bird, and this. So you have successfully integrated your chatbot, that is Rasa chatbot here. So basically, this will be your server where Rasa will keep on running. Okay, so in a production level, there will be two servers. One where your Telegram is or some web application is hosted, and in other server where this will run parallelly. This and this will run parallelly, and you have to do the connection between that two, and this is what the answer is. So now if I check what is how does coronavirus spread, and if I type in, let's see, I'm getting the answer or not. So I'm getting the answer perfectly. Yes, so this is nothing but a chatbot. So you can create your own chatbot, and you can put on, so you can put on Twitter also, you can put on Telegram also, you can put on WhatsApp. Okay, so if you are interested, so if anyone is interested in Google Dialogflow, they can go with that also. So Google Dialogflow, you don't require any setup in a laptop. You can just directly learn from it. Okay, so I will just give the Google. Many people are facing issue, right? Yes, so you can go with Google Dialogflow. So everything will be on Google platform only, so nothing you have to download on your system. So there will be no issue of dependencies and stuff like that. But everything will be there. See, create an intent, entities, fulfillment, training, everything same. What you can see in the Rasa X, same will be here also. So, and how to test the model? So try it now. So just create one intent. So create intent. Hello. So I will write hey. This is the training phase. Okay, this is the training phase. I'm writing here. Then the response, what you want, you have to write the response. You see, every time you have to do that. So there is no shortcut like you were asking, right? This we can do with Python also, but the option is you have to do. So hey, what my bot will respond? What's up? Okay, so once you have done this, just click on save. See, intent saved. Agent training started. So training will start automatically here. Okay, training started. And agent training completed. Okay, press on OK, and you can test your code here. So if you want to test small talk, okay, I forgot. So let me check. Okay, try it here. Okay, so if I type hey now, see, I get a message on WhatsApp. So this is the Google dialog flow. So here we can create the same COVID scene here also, and the integration also we can do. See. So if I go to integrations, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I want to leave. See, you can do the integration in web demo. So when you click on this, they will give this HTTPS directly. So basically, if I go to this URL, copy, paste here, my chatbot will be deployed. And see, page not found. So now I have not deployed anything. So that's why that's the issue. So once you have done this, you can directly go here. You can integrate with Messenger, Facebook Messenger, Workflow Facebook. You can integrate with Slack also, Telegram also, Line also. You can integrate with Skype, Spark, Twitter, Twilio, Viper, Kick. So this is the advantage of using Go Dialog Flow. So you can integrate with anything. And one more thing is that you can integrate. So in Rasa, what you have to do is you have to do API call, right? But in this, if you want to deploy in web application or in some portal, so what you can do is you can just click on dialog flow messenger. Okay, so close this web demo. So test this is on page, share the link and widget. Okay, so you have to see the documentation for that, right? How to integrate. Well, so you have to see the guide basically, but it is very simple as compared to Rasa. It's very simple compared to see. This is so in many site you will see like this. So it is very easy to integrate. See, a URL to a web page integration is hosted. A link will be generated to you. So once you enable web demo integration, so but why is it not giving to me? Let me check. It should give actually something I'm missing. Intent, full integration, review integration. Telephone. So it's taking time. So basically, my point here is that Rasa is not only the framework, you can go with Go Dialog Flow also. So basically, I was creating one chatbot for my community, which I have in Telegram. So this is that chatbot. Okay, so yes. So if anyone has a basic query about a chatbot about my community that I have on my on Twitter account or sorry on our Telegram account, so the basic query will be answered by my chatbot if I'm not available. So I was trying to build that with the help of Google Dialog Flow. So n number of applications you can build with this. So you have Google Dialog Flow. Then if you want to learn, you can learn Azure Luis. Azure Luis. Okay, and this is Luis Azure. Just click on this and start working on this. So if you are interested in creating chatbot in an easy way, then you can either go with Azure Luis or you can go with Google Dialog Flow or you can go with Rasa. But if you want to build everything from scratch, then you should have a knowledge of NLP with a deep learning. So any doubts anyone wants to ask, they can ask me. So yes, chatbot is not as simple as what you thought. So it is very complex. Okay, and yes, so this is what we have. See, Google Dialog Flow, if you're interested in Google Dialog Flow, it's much better than Rasa framework. So basically there will be a fallback intent also by default. So you can just add user expression. So on what user expression, you have to give the fallback. Okay, so what user expression you have to give the fallback. So you can just create your own expressions here. So basically what you're trying to do is you have to give the user response here also. Okay, suppose user is typing something, okay, some XYZ. If user is typing some XYZ, you have to give this particular response. So basically what you are doing behind the scene, can anyone tell me? We have to write the training phase. So basically in Rasa also you have to write you have to write this LLU. So you have to write this fallback, and you have to write the question at what user can ask, and for so suppose I can write a fallback. So I will just give you this small demo for this. Copy, paste, fallback. So if user is typing something rubbish, okay, something rubbish, I like get lost. So if user in get lost, so what you can do is you can again you have to add the you have to go to story.yml. You have to write here the actions and everything. Okay, and when this is done, then in the stories.yml you have to give the response. So I think now it's clear what you have to do. So basically you have to define also that what user can type. Okay, so user is typing something rubbish, so then only you have to give the fallback or don't reply only. So these two options you have. So now I hope it's clear.
Like if we type like the fallback option is like whatever we don't know that the user is going to type, then fallback, right?
Yeah, so
Whatever we
here
haven't covered.
in this chat bot, the rule is that the fallback means that if suppose user is saying a bad word, so give him some message like please behave yourself, something like that. So it is a fallback here. If user is typing something which is not recognized by the model, it will not do anything. It will not give any output only. Getting my point? What I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So if I show you with this, okay, this guy developer, I don't know what is happening to him. Intent, just click on that intent. If I type Ola, so see, this is the advantage of using machine learning. If I type Ola, then also WhatsApp. So it's understanding the meaning. Okay, the model is trained. So if I type get lost, see not available. If in a default fallback, if I type get lost, and if I train this model, save, done. Okay, so training started, intent save. Completed. Now if I type get lost. Okay, so basically you have to do the matching. So default is this. Action input unknown. Set this intent as the end of the conversation. Now let's try. Get lost. So basically I have to look at how to get the response. So basically default response, that add one of the Google so basically I have not used Google Black, so I don't know what step I have to do here. So basically what you have to do is you have to define the callback also. As you can see here also, you have to define the callback. Okay, but I will just find out how to do that. In Rasa, I know how to do in this default welcome intent, exist, context, event, training phase. Let's go to click on event, training phase. So I hope you got the basic logic. What I'm trying to say. So yes, everyone, this is the project session for chatbot. I know many confusions will be there, but that is only because of the lack of knowledge. That's it, nothing else.